In this particular video, I'm going to talk about gangstalkers. Okay, gangstalking. Gangstalking, you are going to be aware of gangstalking and gangstalkers somewhere along the journey post-awakening. Mind you, if you're a chosen one, then you best believe that you hold the deepest secrets to the universe. There is something that you know. You have some specific information about how this 3D realm operates. Deep spiritual insights, and normally you have been gangstalked for a very long period of time. You wasn't aware of it. It has been so subtle that you couldn't even know that you was being gangstalked, but it was actually gangstalking. So those people you saw popping in, those narcissists, in and out of your life, chosen ones, because eventually I'm very sure that there's a very big chance you have run into some narcissist of some form. So that was the one, that was your gangstalker, okay? The handler. But see, post-awakening, you are getting an awareness, a general awareness of a lot of things that have been happening behind the veil. So what you really do now, you start removing yourself from different scenarios, different places. You remove yourself from things, people, and places. Because now you're understanding that you have been battling spiritual warfare. Gangstalking is also spiritual warfare. Now, I want to share with you something that happened of how I become aware of gangstalking. So, in the early years of my journey, I used to share some videos in the early years. I'm still sharing anyway, but I used to share videos. And there was a spot I used to like doing these videos, recording. And this thing started bit by bit. I would now recognize there was a presence. Whenever I would go out to record, there was a presence of, there was this particular lady that used to show up. First day, okay, maybe a coincidence. No big deal, nothing to worry about. That day goes by. Second day, same place, same lady. So the lady would just pop out of the blue in my vicinity. Actually, in some of my videos, you guys have seen, the earlier videos I used to do, so you've seen me moving around with the camera, okay? So that's because there's a place I used to record, and this person would show up in that vicinity, pretending that they're moving around. Sometimes they are coming in to tap into your conversation. What is he saying? Because like I've told you, chosen ones, you're holding the secrets to the universe, okay? This is something that is within your DNA. Simply, you just know some things. But post-awakening is going to be on a different level where you're really going to tap into your spirituality, and you're going to be made aware of certain information that is within you. Okay? So I then thought, okay, I'm going to change location. Let me try to go the other side. So the other coming days, I would now switch locations. Ladies and gentlemen, that same lady was in that place. So I think about 3, 4, 5 times is when I started to recognize the pattern. I was like, oh, now I'm starting to get it. I see what it is. This is gangstalking. You know, they don't talk with you. They just come around. They move around. They're like bots. These are bots. Okay? They are unconscious. So they come around your vicinity. NPCs. They look around. What is he doing? What is he saying? They try to tap into your conversation. Then eventually they can leave, or you can leave. When you're aware of it, you can leave. So when you see these people starting to show up, you need to stop talking, okay? Whatever it is you're doing, stop talking. Do not communicate anything with them, because these are NPCs, they are bots, okay? So they're not conscious. And those people, those individuals who gang stalk you, these are spies, okay? They are sent by somebody who has more detailed information about you. Are you following my chosen ones? So, what is really happening? They send somebody to go and keep a tab on you. Go and see what he's doing. And go and see what she's doing. Okay? So they will start following you around. Getting information from you. So for me, regardless of what I was doing, where I would go, where I would be, that individual would show up. It wasn't only one. Sometimes I would meet different people. Okay? Maybe like 2 or 3. In most of my videos, I've talked about this. When I'm recording, you may see me looking around. And then eventually, you may see me getting up and walking away. That's because there was a gang stalker in the vicinity. So I'm aware of it. Okay? Sometimes, if, let's say you're doing what I'm doing, you're online. So these bots are going to be monitoring you online. Okay? They can have these fake accounts. You may sometimes see a presence of an account. They don't have any followers. They don't have any content. But they will be following you everywhere on your accounts. Sometimes you may see them placing some comments on your channel. I've already been seeing a lot of these things happening. So they may place some comments on your channel. If you're on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and you're going to read the comments, and the comments are not even related to what you're talking about. So these are disruptors. They want to disrupt you, distract you, okay? And it can also happen in your neighborhood. It can be a place where you live. Maybe you're living on these buildings, or sometimes at the block, and you have this neighbor. And sometimes, you get out to walk your dog, if you have a dog. And as soon as this person sees you walking out of the house, that same time they're also walking out of the house. And they're going to be keeping an eye on you. So gang stalking is a very common thing that happens, especially for the chosen ones, the ones that are awakened, okay? And these people, you have to understand, they're not conscious, okay? They're not aware of anything. They're not conscious. Like I've told you, these are NPCs. They are bots. So a bot can be fed with specific information about someone. They can be paid with some money. They can be given money sometimes. They can be given equipment like phones, sometimes even cameras. Go and spy on so and so. Go and do this and this. Go and do that and that. It's like a spy network, but on a very different level. And most of the people that are assigned to gang stalk you, like I've said, they are not cautious. Many of them don't even know who you are, at least even on a spiritual level. They don't know who you are. So the people that know who you are, they will not show their faces. They are going to stay behind the scenes and they'll be pushing the buttons. Okay? So they will be fed with information about you. That is what he's doing. That's where he's going. They will send pictures of you, some videos of you. They will send this and they will send that. So that's what they do. That's how they operate. Okay? And sometimes when you start getting aware of it, especially if you're not yet really into that thing and you don't really know what it is, it can destabilize your mind mentally. Okay? Some people, due to gang stalking, it can cause them to have a nervous breakdown. Okay? You might even sometimes hear people are killing themselves. Because those people, the intention is to distract you and to get you off of your path. So they want you to self-destruct. Is why I'm saying that the ones that are stalking you do not know you. Those are bots. They are NPCs. They do not know anything about you. They are not cautious. They do not have their own cautiousness. They do not have their own cautious. The ones who are pushing the buttons, they are sitting in their offices behind the scenes waiting for results. But the ones who are showing up in front of you, they know nothing about you. Are you following, my ladies and gentlemen? So they are fed. It's like a computer program. When you feed the computer with some software, it's an operational program. This is what you're going to do. So you command, it's a command. That's what you will do. This is where you will go, and that's how you'll behave, and this is how you'll act. So they are going to recruit some people. They are going to recruit some people, and those people do not have any idea who you are. Okay? So the ones who know who you are, they are sitting in their offices. Sometimes they are in big positions of power. You can find them sometime. They may be working in law enforcement. They may be working in certain positions. They can be landlords. They can be your bosses at work. As long as they have attained certain information about you, that is when the program will actively begin. Okay? So there was another incident. Which one was it? Apart from that lady in the park, which other one was it? I've seen them online as well. Sometimes they are coming in with these fake profiles. They come there, they dump this garbage on my channel, talking a lot about the things that are not even related to my content. So normally when I see those bots, I delete them, I remove them, I block them. Okay? No need to explain anything. So it is all about distraction. Are you following, my ladies and gentlemen? So sometimes when you find yourself getting mentally disturbed, because gangstalking is very mental, is to play with your mental, to make sure that they try to make you lose track of yourself. Okay? Start doubting yourself. You can even sometimes start gaslighting yourself. And eventually, you can be pushed into self-harm. Like I've told you, you can end up harming yourself. Sometimes you may be in a building and they're planning or they're intending to make you homeless. So they are going to make it very difficult for you to thrive on that building where you live. So they are pouring things in front of your car, throwing stuff on your windows. Sometimes you see these cars, whenever you pull up on your yard or whatever, driveway, you see that car cross the street, similar car, tinted windows, they're inside watching you, taking some notes, and the stuff like that. So, like I've said, ladies and gentlemen, gangstalking, for me, I've got my own share of, I have had my own share of gangstalking. And the most recent one was when it was involving a psychopath. So this was a psychopath who also had a network of other individuals we could call flying monkeys. Okay? So these particular individuals, they was trying to set me up. Okay? Fortunately, as an awakened person, I know when my intuition is right. I know where to be. I know how to act. I know how to defend myself. So the intention was to get me to a certain location where now they could set me up against this psychopath, who was also well known to the law enforcement. Are you guys aware of this? Are you following? So that I could get confronted by this psychopath and we could get into an argument. Because this particular bot, the psychopath, had already been fed with specific information. That's all you need to do. This is all you need to do. And this psychopath was just waiting for the right time. So, chosen ones, you need to understand something. Now, eventually, I'm not stupid. I have documented everything. Because most of the times, what you need to understand, you have got to be able, when you start experiencing gangstalking, you need to start making records, take notes. Take notes of times. Record, if you have a video camera, record every incident. Take some pictures and gather some information. Keep some records. Those records are going to help you. Okay? There can be time when somebody may ask you things or whatever, you can defend yourself. So that recent incident anyway, I was able to get out of it, okay? Like I've told you. There's some people who know about this already. But this was a very exclusive network of different individuals. Different individuals, including some people that are in power, positions of authority, okay? Everybody knew who this psychopath was, but the psychopath was placed in that particular scenario for a reason. So as an alchemist, I know how to transmute energy. You know what I'm saying? So when I start seeing that kind of energy, I know that it's time for me to step up my game, and eventually I was able to do what I had to do to make sure that I remove myself from the situation, because these people are intending, their intentions are to cause chaos, okay, so that they can put you in a vulnerable situation. Now you can start breaking down mentally, because the whole thing is mental. Their intention is to break you down mentally so that they can throw you off of your path. You can get lost and you can start doing different stuff, self-harm. Sometimes you can even kill yourself. People who are doing suicide, some of them, not all, some of them, they are a result of gangstalking, okay? Intensive one, because gangstalking has got also levels. There's different levels to gangstalking. So somebody who is weak in the mind, it can cause them to doubt themselves, have a mental breakdown, and sometimes they can even unalive themselves. Because at the end of the day, this whole scenario is supposed to play out in a very tricky way, where it cannot reconnect back to the person that has initiated that program, because it's a program. We live in a hologram, ladies and gentlemen. This whole thing is an illusion. So if the person who is aware, then you become a threat to the entire program, okay? You become the one who has the power to awaken people, to wake up people, okay? So that's why these things now start playing out in your reality, so that you can forget about this whole thing and go back to sleep. That's their intention. But as you know, chosen ones, we are not going back to sleep anytime soon. So it's a whole waste of time. It's only because some people don't know about this, okay? Now, like I've said, there is some other channels which go very deep into the gangstalking, okay? They have been in direct confrontation with these entities. So maybe you can find some channels, people who are directly talking about gangstalking, because there are some channels who specifically, they touch on that subject. So you can go there to get some more information. But for me, I've had my own share, like I'm saying, of the gangstalking. So if you're a chosen one, you best believe you are going to come into confrontation with these entities. But you need to understand, the people, those particular bots you see, they do not have a conscience of their own. They are just fooled around with some little money, favors, I'll give you a place to stay. They buy them some little phones, cameras, they give them some money, and they're going to go to work. So they don't even ask questions of what exactly is going on, because they do not know you on that deep spiritual level. It is other people who are hiding behind the closet that know who you are, okay? So they're the ones who are sending these NPCs. Are you guys following? So if anything happens, for example, it cannot roll back to those individuals, because they always want to be hidden. These are devil's agents. So you guys need to understand how this matrix operates. It's a very evil playground, and you need to know how to play the game, my chosen ones. You have to be alert, but most importantly, chosen ones have told you you're protected, okay? So you always have to ask for that particular protection every day you move out of the house. Make sure that wherever you go, you are covered in divine protection. Ask your angels, your divine team, to walk along with you to give you maximum protection, because these NPCs, they'll always show up from the woodworks to come and interrupt you, intercept you, sometimes even attack you, whether it is physically or whatever, spiritually, to throw you off of your path because you're a threat. Okay? So they're not conscious. They don't know anything about what is going on. They don't know what they are doing. They have just been fed with the program. Somebody called them in, these NPCs, and planted the program. And whatever was planted in their heads was something to do about you. And then they were sent to work. So they don't even know who they're working for. Okay? They're not pretty sure who they are really working for. They may know who they're working for, but they don't know the intentions of the person they're working for. So the whole thing is spiritual. Ladies and gentlemen, this is spiritual warfare. Keep your eyes open, be awake. Don't be the one that will sleep, and everything will be, and you will miss all the little details. Okay. So let us know what you think about the video, guys, in the comment section below. You guys know I do love and appreciate your support. Please book a session if you want to. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I'll catch you guys in my next one. Desmos signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.